everyone. Happy Thursday. This is Dr. Tamika, and yes, we are going to rock it here with Dr. Tamika here on Instagram. And those of you who follow me on Facebook, I'm so thrilled to be with you today. Have another good topic. And let me know where you're chiming in from. If you're watching on Facebook, please type into the chat. If you're over here on Instagram, let me know. Are you local to Southern California? Are you in the Midwest or you're in the East Coast? Are you basically out of the country and you happen to be up right now? Let me know where you are so I can just give you a shout out. Thank you for joining me. It's been such a pleasure to do this every Thursday that sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I get caught up and I'm thinking of what we're going to talk about and so forth. Pasadena, your local focal, what's up? I see some of you are also from, let's see, what is this? Los Angeles area. What's up? I have people from Santa Clarita. I have people from Atlanta. I'm so thrilled for you to be here today. It is my pleasure to just be a part of this community. Today, we're going to talk about, is there really a fountain of youth? Like, really, does it really exist? So I figured let's go ahead and talk about the secrets to healthy aging. And what you need to understand is that aging occurs at the cellular level. So much has been said out there. I mean, many people have been searching for this. It's an old adage of searching for this fountain of youth. And if we really think about the fountain of youth, it's truly a sum of our decisions, right? I want you to think about it like this. The power to live long and well is all in the power of your hands, right? We can influence our longevity by making certain commitments to ourselves, right? And I say that because so often we're committed to making certain our loved ones are doing well. We're making certain that our businesses or our bosses they're shining, they're doing everything right, but we need to be committed to ourselves. And research has shown that only about 25% of our 25% of our longevity is inherited. So I know some of you have some really good genes. You know, your grandparents lived until their late 90s. You have aunts and uncles who are living into their late 80s and 90s. I just need you to understand 25% of our longevity is inherited. The remaining 75 is determined by how we live. So the way we live really does impact how long how we live impacts our longevity. So I say this with the utmost confidence in you that you get to choose how you're going to live your next days, right? Factors that influence the aging process, right? There are a few that actually influence, but they are things that we can actually control. And as we think about increasing our longevity and living our best life, there's one thing about living longer. There's another thing about having quality of life. Quality of life is what we want. We don't want to be sick, taking all these medications and going in and out of doctor's appointments and in and out of hospitals. We don't want to be that way. We want to have quality of life. And quality of life is impacted by the choices we make today. So when I say there are ways that we can improve our health, there's evidence that suggests that are finite ways for us influencing our aging. So now that we think about this, we all want to live well, right? What is good living to you? What does that look like? Is that taking more vacation? Is that taking more time off? Is that having, your regimen that works for you? What is good living for you? Is that working, doing the things you're passionate about that brings an income? Or is that doing what you currently do and then doing other things that brings you passion? But what is good living for you? The question I also have is, why do we age? It's so many things going on. Aging occurs at the cellular level, right? The rate of living theory, which suggests each person possesses a mysterious vital substance that keeps them alive. What's that mysterious vital substance? I don't even know. I look at this and I laugh. That's from ancient philosophers. And they believe this version of rate of living theory. And it says like there's some vital substance. Well, part of that, I believe, is some of the things we eat, some of the people we're around, some of the things we drink, how we sleep. All of these come into play. But truly, aging occurs at the cellular level. One of these hypotheses show us that our molecules, what's going on, like I don't want to go that specific, that deep. I want to say that how our cells are, whether they're healthy or not, truly impact us as persons. And when I think about this, if we think about anti-aging, we think about antioxidants, we think about fighting free radicals, we think about fighting against cancer, we think about fighting against blood pressure elevation, blood sugar out of control, we think about weight. We have to get down to the level of the cells. And these free radicals are wreaking havoc on us. So we need to make certain that we do something about these free radicals because they're damaging our cells and they're toxic to our metabolism. So when we think about this as a whole, we have to get down deep and see, like, what can we do? Our cells are being produced. Some of them are healthy, some of them are unhealthy. And those of you who are doing intermittent fasting, I need you to understand intermittent fasting is so good because it does something called autophagy. It basically gets rid of bad cells so that the good cells can start to plenish, right? What's up, Anita? So happy to have you. And unfortunately, stress is the killer. How much stress have we been under over the past 2 years? Stress, I mean, we will have ramifications of this pandemic for years to come. And I tell people who I meet, if you have any interest in mental health, please, we need you. But when we think about both the physical and emotional stress that causes free radicals and oxidation and damage to our DNA, all these factors contribute to cell aging and cell death. So you want to help there? Do some intermittent fasting. That's just an early sidebar. When we look at it as a whole, physical and psychological stress is both environmental and as a result of lifestyle choices. What are you choosing that's helping your internal health be more healthy? What are you choosing to help be better on the inside? It's not about looking good on the outside only. It's about looking good on the inside. And unfortunately, we can't see our insides. We may feel sad. We may feel off. We may feel that our health is not moving in the right direction. Or we may say, like, you know what? I'm just going to ignore it. It'll get better. I'll just keep pushing through. Sometimes pushing through may just be wreaking more havoc on your health than you want. So when I say we need to do things that really empower us, not only on the outside, but on the inside, we have to be pro-health. People who suffer from chronic stress, depression, anxiety, trauma, social isolation are having similar damage at the cellular level. So when we talk about the cellular level, we have got to do something about that. With that being said, I have some good news for you. There's some control that we can have over how we deal with stress. And so I figure let's do some things that are related to this topic because, as we know, we all need to have a better handle on our physical and psychological stress. So there are holistic stress reducers, so ways that we can come after this. Living a stress-free lifestyle is definitely key, right? But what really is stress-free? We all have types of stress. There's good stress and there's bad stress, right? Your kid is graduating from college. Your kid just got accepted to a sports team they've been trying to get on. I'm probably particular to that because my kids play sports or whatever. There's good stress, but there's also bad stress, right? So after all, we can't show how effective like our environment has been around us, but we know that if we're not sleeping well, we know if we're gaining weight, if we know that our mood is off, if we know that our blood sugar, our cholesterol, we're getting headaches, all these things are wreaking havoc. And we're doing all the things that we know to do. Perhaps we need you to incorporate these few things that are related to holistic stress reducing. Number one, meditation. Meditation has been proven to reduce stress by creating new neurological pathways in our brain. If you're not into meditation, maybe a quiet time or prayer, whatever that word works for you, whatever phrase that you can accept in your world, taking 5 to 10 minutes, just 5 to 10 minutes to center yourself before starting your day can be life-changing. Just think about that. What can you do right now to just center yourself? If you're having a moment, for me, I work from home a lot of times. And what I'll do is I'll go outside with my dog and we'll just walk around the house. I'll take my shoes off and I'll put my feet in the ground and I'll just, I'll pray. I'll say a scripture. I'll think about how beautiful it is. But whatever it is, just calming my day down as well as starting my day that way. So I typically will work out in the morning. So what is it that you can do that helps reduce stress? Obviously, you know this, but I'm going to say it again. Healthy diet. And I don't even want to use the word diet. Choosing food that's healthy for you is definitely going to be quite powerful. Eating food that's full of fresh organic vegetables, nutrient-rich proteins is key to longevity. Eliminating sugar and processed foods is a must for anyone concerned with living long and living well. We just don't want to live long, right? We want to live long and well because it's one thing to live long, but just not having the quality of life. That's why I emphasized at the beginning, quality of life is so very important. Next, physical activity. Implementing an exercise routine is essential to mental and physical well-being. I know some of you may not like the word physical activity, but how about get up and move? Getting up and moving, whether you're someone you have use of your lower extremities, or you don't have use of your lower extremities. Activity, doing some type of activity is so very important. I think about activity. Some of us just don't like it, but it's really good for your mental health. We have neurotransmitters that are released that really help mental health. And when I think about serotonin, dopamine, these are your feel-good neurotransmitters. And sometimes they get depressed. They get lower and lower in count. So what can we do to ramp up these? We can go outside, we can meditate, we can start to do activity that helps bring into our system more dopamine and serotonin, and thinking of things that's going to help us. What's up, Dr. Blyde? Those of you here, we know that good sleep facilitates that function of the lymphatic system, which is thought as the brain. What do I say this? It's the garbage disposal for our brain. So if we can get our rest in the right direction, many people have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. So that's why we need to figure out what's going on that's impacting your sleep. As we think about this, the more tired you get from lack of sleep, well, I only need a few hours of rest, but your body has to repair and restore. It has to give you the things it needs for you to be the best you can be. You can't be the best you can be without rest. You can get some sleep, but if you're not rested, that's a problem. If you're not dreaming, I start to wonder, like, are you getting into deep sleep? Right now I have on my Aura ring, and my Aura ring tells me, how much rest I receive. Aura is Oura. How much rest. It tells me my how ready I am, my readiness for the day. It shows me my heart rate variability. So sleeping is an issue. You're not the only one that has sleeping problems. So, one of the things I want to make certain that you're doing, and I think I know who this is really looking into, we need to check your cortisol levels. Seeing, in fact, if your cortisol levels, if they're high or they're supposed to be high in the morning, right? And low at night. So when we think about our rest, when we think about cortisol, if there's imbalances and you're dealing with all these different stresses, well, that cortisol hormone is going to be impacted. When we really think about our rest, we need to go a little bit deeper, right? If you're doing your melatonin, if you're checking out your hormones and you're doing these things, and you're still struggling, then I encourage you to check your adrenals. And your adrenals look at your cortisol, and your cortisol is released from your adrenal glands. And with it being off, if it's too high, too low, or bottomed out, your sleep can be impacted. And sometimes we have to create a new sleep hygiene. Some people go to bed early, but perhaps we need to put things in play that help reset your internal sleep circadian rhythm, right? Let's see. I wonder how much restoration I get because I have super vivid dreams every night, waking up tired from them. So that's actually a good point, Dr. Blyde. I'm wondering, like, if you're so active in your dream, I'm wondering what else is going on. Like, how is the day? I know who Dr. Blyde is. And if those of you who looking for someone who are looking at diagnosing or want to know if you have ADHD or ADD, I would say check out Dr. Blyde because she is awesome. Awesome. Check her out. I mean, really good if you're concerned about yourself or for your kids or so forth. Awesome. But it's a sidebar. But nevertheless, looking into your cortisol levels was going to be great. Looking at your blood sugar instability. If you're not having enough protein on board, if your blood sugar's all over the place, is going to impact your sleep. If you are in a position where you don't have enough food on board, believe it or not. And I am so guilty of this. If I don't have enough protein in my diet, I tend to wake up around 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning when I really want to wake up at like 7, unless I'm working out at 6. But nevertheless, that 4 o'clock awakening is no fun, right? And sometimes I'm not able to fall back to sleep. And when I go back and look at what I've eaten and I look at how much protein I've had in my diet the day before, 9 times out of 10, I have not had enough protein on my diet and my blood sugar's off. So consider adding protein snacks before night and consider looking at your adrenals. Next point, limit your exposure to toxins. The effects of environmental toxins such as polluted water and poor air quality can have truly large impacts on our longevity, right? It's been proven that people who live in places with cleaner air and able to access fresh, clean water are known to live longer. So avoiding toxic materials such as plastics for food storage or looking at ways to reduce your toxic load, it's so very powerful. So when I think about our health and I think about all these things, I just need you to pick. And one of the things I recently really tried to emphasize to my clients is having purposeful living. Living a purposeful life is the most important thing we can do as individuals, right? To help extend our longevity. one thing centenarians do is that they all have in common is that they feel like they lived a life worth living. Our centenarians are individuals who are living long lives. And what are they doing? They say, my life had a purpose. It has a purpose. And so think about purposeful living. And last but not least, gratitude. Practicing gratitude, writing it out, writing the things you're thankful for. And sometimes that can be like, oh my God, I don't want to write anything. Just take 2 to 3 minutes and write out what you're thankful for. What are we thinking of? You want to think about, how can I live longer? How can I live the best quality? How can I have the best quality of life that I possibly could want for myself? Start to be thankful, because it's hard to be angry and thankful at the same time. It's hard to be fearful and thankful at the same time. It's hard to have all these negative emotions and thankful at the same time. Pick one. Pick gratitude. Pick what you're grateful for. Whether that's grateful, and you can start off small. I'm grateful for the fact that I'm able to, I have an income. I'm grateful for the fact that I woke up this morning. I'm grateful for the fact, and don't repeat the same thing over and over again, but you can go back and read it. I'm grateful for the fact that I got my blood work done today. I'm grateful that now I'm starting to be more proactive in my health. Start to be grateful. As we think about this, you only have one life to live. Let's make a choice to live it to our fullest. Let's make that choice to live it to our fullest. Not that you have to, but that you get to. You get to live your life to your fullest. And that is what how do I put this? It really excites me, because sometimes we all get sidetracked. Sometimes life comes along, something happens, someone upsets you, someone leaves you, someone who you thought was with you is no longer with you. You lose a loved one. There's something that's going to come in and upset the life you have right now. But when you choose to take simple steps of moving forward, when you start to choose to say, you know what, I need to think about, this is just a moment, and this moment I'm going to embrace, but I'm going to continue to choose me. As you choose you, I hope you choose to meditate. I hope you choose to eat food that's more healthy. I hope you choose to start to get up and move. I hope you choose to find ways to improve your sleep, or work with someone to help you move in that direction. I hope you choose to start to eliminate the toxins in your life and the toxic people as well. I hope you choose to live a purposeful life, and I hope you choose gratitude. These are choices you get to make. Not that you are on a journey to get all of them. Just implement one of them, 2 of them, 3 of them. But more importantly, just implement. You can think about it all day, but until you implement, it's not going to have an impact. And unfortunately, we live in a right now society. I want this to happen right now. Give yourself some grace. Take some time. As I say this to you, I'm saying it to me. Give yourself some time, Dr. Tamika. Give yourself some time. Just continue to move forward. Continue to move in the direction that helps you. Continue to do things that help you live a longer, more healthier life. With that being said, truly, 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 it's my honor and my privilege to meet up with you every Thursday at 12:30 Pacific Standard Time. When you start to think about your health, you have no greater asset than to take care of you. There's no greater asset. You know your body better than anybody else. As we start to think about getting rid of toxins, we want to start to work on our vitamin E. We want to start to work on our immune system with our immune kick. And we want to start to work on stress less. We want to make certain that we have vibrant energy and vibrant cells. We want to do all these things. So I will start to announce different things and share with you what I have up and coming. So as I share these things with you, I hope you start to implement in your life, because you only have one life to live. You only get one. And I hope and pray that you live it to the fullest. I am elated to be with you each and every Thursday. If you have something, if you don't have anything coming up on the next Saturday, which is the 21st, KJLH is having the 22nd annual Women's Health Expo. I will be speaking there, and I will have a booth. So if you have something you want to go out and do, and you want to go by the beaches at the Long Beach Convention Center, it's free. It's a health expo. I'll speak. There'll be other vendors there. I'll have prizes. Come and check us out. Again, that's the KJLH Women Health Expo, which is the 21st. A week from this Saturday is at the Long Beach Convention Center. I hope you can make it. If you can, tell a friend. And if you can, bring someone with you. We need to get out and encourage each other. Be safe. Work on you. Not that you have to, but that you get to. Thank you. Have an amazing Thursday. Woo! Facebook, you guys are always so awesome. So awesome. Thank you so much for being here with me. Continue to take care of you. Continue to take care of you. As you take care of you, you can start to impart that knowledge to people around you, whether that's people who are immediately in your household or those who you work with or those who you hang with. Remember, you only get one life to live. Live it to your fullest. Talk with you soon. Bye.